Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at legacy.com the third week of May 2024. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Sports journalist Darren Dutchyshen died May 15, 2024 in Toronto. He died of prostate cancer at the age of 57. He was the longtime anchor of SportsCenter on Canada's The Sports Network. Dutchyshen is being remembered for the infectious enthusiasm he brought to his sports coverage. Race promoter Eddie Gossage died May 16, 2024 of cancer at the age of 65. He was president of the Texas Motor Speedway, a major track for both NASCAR and IndyCar events. Gossage is being remembered for bringing NASCAR back to Texas after years away. Actor Dabney Coleman died May 16, 2024 at his home in Santa Monica, California at the age of 92. He played characters we loved to hate in movies like 9 to 5, Tootsie, and War Games. Coleman is also being remembered for roles in such TV shows as Mary Hartman, Buffalo Bill, Boardwalk Empire, and Yellowstone. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Comedian Diane Ford died April 30, 2024 in Sarasota, Florida. She died of cancer at the age of 68. Her stand-up comedy was seen on several HBO specials and in appearances on An Evening at the Improv. Ford is also being remembered as a panelist on Match Game who wrote for the sitcom Home Improvement. Political strategist and commentator Alice Stewart died May 18, 2024 in Bellevue, Virginia at the age of 58. She offered a conservative viewpoint as a commentator on CNN and on the podcast Hot Mics from Left to Right. Stewart is also being remembered for working on the campaigns of such Republican presidential candidates as Ted Cruz and Mike Huckabee. Chef Jasper White died May 11, 2024 at a Boston hospital. He died of a ruptured intracranial aneurysm at the age of 69. He founded and led two beloved restaurants in the Boston area, Jasper's and Jasper White's Summer Shack. White is being remembered for his signature seafood dishes like oysters and pan-roasted lobster. Football player Jim Otto died May 19, 2024 at the age of 86. He was a center for the Oakland Raiders for 15 years in the 1960s and 70s, who was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame the first year he was eligible. Otto is being remembered for playing 210 consecutive games for the Raiders, never once missing a game due to injury. Musician Phil Wiggins died May 7, 2024 in Tacoma Park, Maryland. He died of cancer at the age of 69. He was a blues harmonica master, best known as half of the duo Cephas and Wiggins, alongside vocalist and guitarist John Cephas. Wiggins is being remembered for the joyful and upbeat Piedmont blues he played. Vietnam veteran Clarence Sasser died May 13, 2024 in Sugar Land, Texas at the age of 76. He was drafted into the U.S. Army in 1967 and served as a combat medic in the Vietnam War. In January 1968, he was accompanying his platoon on a recon mission when they were ambushed by enemy fire. He helped many wounded men to safety, even after being shot in the leg and severely injured by shrapnel. Sasser is being remembered for his valor at the risk of his own life, for which he was given the Medal of Honor in 1969. Singer Frank Ifield died May 18, 2024 in Durrell, Australia at the age of 86. He had country music hits in the early 1960s in the UK and Australia, including I Remember You and Lovesick Blues. Ifield is being remembered as the first UK artist to have 3 consecutive #1 hits. World War II veteran Clarence "Bud" Anderson died May 17, 2024 in Auburn, California at the age of 102. He joined the U.S. Army in 1942, trained as a pilot, and went on to serve almost 30 years in the U.S. Air Force. He was the last surviving triple ace of World War II, having shot down more than 16 enemy aircraft. Anderson is also being remembered for serving a combat tour in Vietnam and going on to be a test pilot. Musician Jon Wysocki died May 18, 2024 at the age of 53. He was the founding drummer for the nu metal band Stained, known for hits in the early 2000s like It's Been a While and So Far Away. Wysocki is being remembered for playing on Stained's first 7 albums, then going on to drum with Soil. Artist Sam Butcher died May 20, 2024 at the age of 85. He was the creator of Precious Moments, and he designed many of the collectible figurines. Butcher is also being remembered for founding the Precious Moments Chapel in Carthage, Missouri. Hockey player Mark Wells died May 18, 2024 in Escanaba, Michigan. He died in his sleep at the age of 66. He won a gold medal at the 1980 Winter Olympics as part of Team USA in their famous Miracle on Ice hockey victory. Wells is also being remembered for his college hockey career at Bowling Green State University and his time playing professionally in the minor leagues. Singer Peggi Blu died in May 2024 at the age of 77. She competed on Star Search in 1986, and her talents led to her becoming the grand champion for female vocals. Blu is also being remembered as an American Idol vocal coach, and for singing backing vocals for such artists as Bob Dylan, Barbra Streisand, Quincy Jones, and Tracy Chapman. Musician and songwriter Spider John Koerner died May 18, 2024 in Minneapolis. He died of bile duct cancer at the age of 85. He was a local music legend in Minneapolis, known for his bluesy folk on songs like I Ain't Blue. Koerner is being remembered for influencing other artists like Bob Dylan, Bonnie Raitt, and Beck. Actor Richard Foronjy died May 19, 2024 at the age of 86. After an early life of crime and a stint in prison, he took acting lessons and excelled as a character actor in movies like Serpico, Midnight Run, and Repo Man. Foronjy is also being remembered for appearances on such TV shows as Hill Street Blues, Taxi, and The Jeffersons. Electrical engineer C. Gordon Bell died May 17, 2024 in Coronado, Colorado. He died of aspiration pneumonia at the age of 89. He developed the first commercially successful minicomputer in the days when other computers were massive multi-million-dollar machines. Bell is being remembered for paving the way for many people to have computers in their homes. Composer Jan A.P. Kaczmarek died May 21, 2024 in Krakow, Poland. He died of multiple system atrophy at the age of 71. He won the Academy Award for Best Original Score in 2005 for the music he composed for Finding Neverland. Kaczmarek is also being remembered for his music for such movies as Total Eclipse, Bliss, and Washington Square. Musician Charlie Colin died in May 2024 in Brussels, Belgium. He died after an accidental fall at the age of 58. He was a founding member of the band Train, playing bass with them for 10 years. Colin is being remembered for helping create hits like Drops of Jupiter, Meet Virginia, and Hey Soul Sister. Swimmer David Wilkie died May 22, 2024, of cancer at the age of 70. Hailing from Scotland, he won a gold medal for Great Britain in the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal, swimming in the 200-meter breaststroke. Wilkie is being remembered as the only person to have held British, Commonwealth, European, World, and Olympic swimming titles at the same time. Another death that received media attention this week was that of Ebrahim Raisi. He was the president of Iran from 2021 until his death. The U.S. had imposed sanctions on him for human rights violations under his repressive regime. Raisi died May 19, 2024, in a helicopter crash in Iran at the age of 63. This week in the United States is Memorial Day. In honor of America's veterans, we at Legacy salute our charity partner, the Doughboy Foundation, dedicated to honoring the memory of those who served in World War I. Every day, without fail, a bugle honors those brave Americans by playing taps at the National World War I Memorial in Washington, D.C. You can personally dedicate that bugle call in the name of a veteran you love by visiting doughboy.org. That's DOUGHBOY.org. Also, any of our viewers can help support the Doughboy Foundation with a charitable donation of any size. Just visit doughboy.org to donate. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 1 year ago this week, singer, songwriter, and actress Tina Turner died at the age of 83. She was the queen of rock and roll, known for hits like What's Love Got to Do with It and The Best. 7 years ago this week, actor Roger Moore died at the age of 89. He played James Bond in 7 films, from Live and Let Die to A View to a Kill. 12 years ago this week, singer and songwriter Robin Gibb died at the age of 62. He and his brothers were the Bee Gees, whose many disco hits included Jive Talkin', Stayin' Alive, and Tragedy. 25 years ago this week, pro wrestler Owen Hart died at the age of 34. Also known as the Blue Blazer, he was a star of the WWF in the 1980s and 90s, who tragically died while performing a stunt for a televised wrestling event. 29 years ago this week, actress Elizabeth Montgomery died at the age of 62. She was a TV sitcom star of the 1960s and 70s, playing Samantha Stevens on Bewitched. 35 years ago this week, comedian and actress Gilda Radner died at the age of 42. She was one of the original stars of Saturday Night Live, known for hilarious characters like Baba Wawa, Emily Latella, and Roseanne Rosanna. Musician Dusty Hill was born 75 years ago this week. He died in July 2021 at the age of 72. He played bass for ZZ Top for more than 50 years, including on hits like LaGrange and Legs. Singer Joe Cocker was born 80 years ago this week. He died in December 2014 at the age of 70. He performed at Woodstock and was known for such songs as You Are So Beautiful and Up Where We Belong. Actor Peter Mayhew was born 80 years ago this week. He died in April 2019 at the age of 74. Though his face may not have been well known, his acting certainly was. He played Chewbacca in many installments of the Star Wars series from 1977 until 2015. Singer and actress Rosemary Clooney was born 96 years ago this week. She died in June 2002 at the age of 74. She starred in the movie White Christmas and sang classic songs like Mambo Italiano. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Illinois have been lowered to honor the memory of firefighter recruit Christian Medrano of the Aurora Fire Department, who died in the line of duty. Flags in New Mexico have been lowered to honor the memory of Jicarilla Apache Nation President Edward Velarde. Flags in New Hampshire have been lowered in recognition of the New Hampshire Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Ceremony. Flags in New York have been lowered to honor the memory of Staff Sergeant Benedicto Elpizo Jr., a retired member of the New York State Police, who died of an illness stemming from his work at Ground Zero after the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Flags in Ohio have been lowered to honor the memory of former State Adjutant General Richard C. Alexander. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of Iola Fire Department Deputy Chief Eric Beheimer and Emporia firefighter and paramedic Greg Rausch, both of whom died from service-connected illnesses. Flags in Kansas have also been lowered to honor the memory of Columbus Police Chief Jason Daniels. Flags in West Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of former lawmaker and legislative director Bob Ashley. Flags in Iowa have been lowered to honor the memory of Matthew Dickerson, an employee of the Iowa Department of Transportation. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on legacy.com. At legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.